Imagine this. You're stuck in traffic, your mind racing with thoughts about the deadlines waiting at work, the unread messages from loved ones, and the weight of your goals that always seem just out of reach. Stress is a familiar companion. But what if I told you that the solution to your worries, calm, clarity, and purpose, was written over 2,500 years ago? Welcome to the Dhammapada, a timeless guide to living a life of wisdom and peace. This isn't just an ancient book, it's a treasure trove of insights that can transform your life. Today we're diving into its wisdom and connecting it to the challenges we all face. Buddha's words in the Dhammapada are not just philosophy, they are practical, actionable steps toward becoming the best version of yourself. This video will explore how these teachings can help you navigate modern problems, stress, relationships, personal growth, and even finding joy in simplicity. Through stories and lessons, we'll uncover how ancient wisdom can help us overcome the chaos of today's world. The first verse of the Dhammapada says, "Mind precedes all mental states. Mind is their chief, they are mind-made. If one speaks or acts with an impure mind, suffering follows like the wheel that follows the foot of the ox." Meet Priya, a young software engineer living in a bustling city. Her life looked perfect on the outside. A great job, a promising career, and an active social life. But inside, Priya was constantly anxious. Her mind felt like a whirlwind, overthinking every mistake, worrying about the future and replaying past failures. One day, a senior colleague noticed her distress and shared a simple practice. Pause and observe your thoughts as if they're passing clouds. Intrigued, Priya researched mindfulness and came across this verse from the Dhammapada. She realized that her suffering wasn't caused by her job, her deadlines, or even her relationships. It was her thoughts. Inspired, Priya started meditating for just 5 minutes daily, focusing on her breath. Slowly, she noticed a shift. Instead of reacting to every worry, she observed her thoughts without judgment. Over time, Priya's racing mind slowed down, and she found an inner calm she hadn't experienced in years. The lesson was clear. The mind is the root of peace, and by training it, we can change our reality. If you feel overwhelmed by stress or negativity, remember this: your mind is the starting point. Cultivate positive, pure thoughts and watch as peace follows like a shadow that never leaves. Another powerful teaching from the Dhammapada is this: hatred does not cease by hatred, but by love alone. This is an eternal law. Let's talk about Daniel, a marketing executive who spent hours arguing on social media. Whether it was politics, sports, or even trivial debates, Daniel found himself in endless battles online, constantly angry at strangers. These arguments seeped into his personal life, straining relationships with his family and friends. One day, after yet another heated argument, Daniel came across a quote from Buddha: "Hatred does not cease by hatred." It stopped him in his tracks. Was he fighting fire with fire, only to burn himself? Daniel decided to try a different approach. Instead of reacting with anger, he started listening to others' perspectives. In heated debates, he responded with kindness instead of hostility. Slowly, something remarkable happened. The arguments faded, and meaningful conversations began to take their place. His newfound peace extended to his personal life. By practicing love and understanding, Daniel rebuilt strained relationships with his family and rediscovered the joy of connection. The next time you feel anger rising, remember this verse. Respond with love and watch as the cycle of hatred breaks, bringing healing instead of harm. Better to conquer yourself than to win 1,000 battles. Victory over yourself is the greatest victory. Sophia was a college student struggling with procrastination. Every night she promised herself she'd start her assignments early, and every night she'd scroll through her phone instead. The cycle of guilt and stress was unending. One day, Sophia stumbled upon this verse. She realized that her battle wasn't against deadlines or distractions, it was against herself. Inspired, she decided to change. Sophia started small, setting a timer for 15 minutes to focus on her work. Each day, she increased the time. She also removed distractions from her study space and practiced mindfulness to strengthen her willpower. The results were astounding. Not only did Sophia complete her assignments on time, but she also gained confidence in her ability to take charge of her life. She learned that self-discipline was the key to unlocking her potential. Remember, the greatest victory is over your habits and impulses. Master yourself, and there's nothing you can't achieve. Contentment is the highest wealth. Meet Ravi, a successful entrepreneur in his mid-30s. On paper, Ravi had it all: a luxury car, a sprawling house, and a thriving business. But deep down, he felt an emptiness he couldn't explain. No matter how much he achieved or acquired, it was never enough. One evening, after an exhausting day of work, Ravi sat in his lavish home and wondered, why do I still feel so unfulfilled? Searching for answers, Ravi came across this verse in the Dhammapada. The simplicity of the phrase struck him. Could it be that his constant striving for more was the very thing robbing him of joy? Inspired, Ravi decided to experiment with living more simply. He started by decluttering his home and donating items he no longer needed. He also began spending less time chasing material success and more time connecting with loved ones and engaging in activities that nourished his soul, like gardening and meditation. To his surprise, the emptiness began to fade. Ravi realized that true wealth wasn't about what he owned, but about finding joy in the present moment and appreciating life's simple pleasures. If you feel trapped in the endless pursuit of more, remember this: contentment is a choice, not a result of external circumstances. Simplify, and you'll find that the greatest riches are already within your reach. All conditioned things are impermanent. When one sees this with wisdom, one turns away from suffering. Elena, a retired teacher, had always been the rock of her family. But when her husband passed away unexpectedly, her world shattered. Grief consumed her, and the once joyful days felt unbearably empty. In her darkest moments, a friend gifted Elena a book containing verses from the Dhammapada. One particular verse resonated deeply: all conditioned things are impermanent. At first, the words felt harsh, even cruel, but as she sat with them, she began to understand. Elena started reflecting on the fleeting nature of all things, both joyful and painful. She realized that while loss was inevitable, it didn't diminish the beauty of what had been. Slowly, she began to find peace in cherishing the memories of her husband, rather than clinging to the pain of his absence. She also started volunteering at a local hospice, helping others face the realities of impermanence with compassion and courage. In giving, she found healing. Life's impermanence is not something to fear, but to embrace. When we accept change as a natural part of existence, we can live more fully in the present and let go of suffering. Throughout this journey, we've seen how the Dhammapada offers profound yet practical solutions to our deepest struggles. Point 1. By mastering our thoughts, we find peace. Point 2. By choosing love over hatred, we heal relationships. Point 3. Through self-discipline, we unlock our potential. Point 4. In simplicity, we discover joy. Point 5. And by embracing impermanence, we free ourselves from suffering. The beauty of the Dhammapada lies in its timeless relevance. Whether you're overwhelmed by stress, grappling with loss, or searching for purpose, its wisdom serves as a guiding light. The Buddha's teachings remind us that the path to happiness and fulfillment begins not in the external world but within ourselves. So which of these lessons spoke to you the most? Share your thoughts in the comments, and let's continue this journey together. If you found this video meaningful, please like and subscribe for more content that helps you live a life of peace, purpose, and wisdom.